Hey, it's SJ with Looking for a Sign, and I'm going to be coming to you guys today with general love messages for Virgo for the month of April. So, general love messages for Virgo for the month of April. I've had people message me and ask me if I am on Instagram. I am at Miss Sonia J. All of my information is located in the description box below. The only way to get a reading with me is by going through my website. I'm never going to message you. I don't do anything on WhatsApp. So the only way to get a reading with me is if you go through my website, which is in the description box below, and actually book it. And then I email you. So I would never reach out to you because I guess some people have said that that's been a thing. So, but anyway, like I said, all information is in the description box below. So let's go ahead and jump into it for my Virgos. General love messages for my Virgos for the month of April. Okay, so right off the bat from my Romance Angel deck, we have codependency. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but codependency, playfulness, getting to know each other. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm kind of feeling like there is someone in your life that you may be talking to or entertaining. This goes for if you have Virgo in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign, or any strong Virgo placements. Okay, so I'm kind of getting like two groups of people, or two groups of collective. With the codependency, it honestly feels like there is a small group of you with Virgo placements that there's a relationship or something that you're still codependent on in the past. And it kind of feels like you're just trying to forget about it and move forward. There is someone that you are going to, that if you haven't met them already, that you're going to meet them. And I see a lot of playfulness and flirting and getting to know each other. But at the same time, for this small collective, there is this feeling of, like, how does that meme go? Searching, like you'll search for me inside of every person you meet and you won't find me, sort of thing. So for some of these Virgo, the small percentage that I'm picking up right now, they are kind of codependent on what this past person provided as far as emotional stability, happiness, how they made them feel. It does feel like for this small group of collective, and this could go vice versa for you or the cross watcher, okay? But it's just for the small group of people. Instead of going back and fixing this situation like they should, because it kind of feels like it is someone owes someone an apology in this group. So rather it is you with Virgo placement or your person has Virgo placement. It just feels like whoever needs to go back and apologize or go back and fix it, their ego's way too big. They have no plans on doing that. They would just much rather move forward and find someone else. And then just try to find a new person that has traits of this old person because they're just codependent on the way that that person made them feel and things like that. So there's that. For the rest of the collective that I'm picking up to be cautious of this codependency, because I see that the playfulness and the getting to know them, you getting so accustomed and so used to, and then just so wrapped up into how this person's going to make you feel, because it may be something new to you or may bring about feelings that you forgot about what it felt like, that you start to become codependent on it. This is a big deal because it kind of feels like for the collective that I'm talking to, codependency has been a big thing that you've been trying to work out of. So it's almost like this person's really just coming in to teach you how to enjoy things for what they are, but not to become dependent on them, if that makes sense. Let's see if we can pull out anything else. Messages. Ooh, that's too many. But messages. April. Yes. I'm with it. Let's see what these are. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. So here we have taking a break, healing heart, the coffin card, me and my ego. So I definitely see for my main Virgo collectives, you guys putting an end to a cycle and moving forward. It's not even so much that you're putting an end to a cycle versus, so it's not so much closing out a cycle versus I'm not tolerating this. So I'm just going to do what you can't seem to do, because there's this feeling of this cycle that happens where there's like no communication, and then there's communication, the taking the break card. So it's like there's a break. It's not necessarily a breakup, but there's some type of pause or lack of communication for a few weeks. Then they just swoop back in with conversation, or you just swoop back in with conversation. And this time with my healing heart card, it just feels like you just had this realization of, if I don't do something, this person's not going to. So it's a matter of breaking the cycle as far as actually moving forward. Like, I haven't heard from you within a few weeks. Well, guess what? Normally when people don't talk to you for a few weeks, they don't want to deal with you. So I'm going to move forward as if that's the situation, because it's not okay to just, keep coming in and out and in and out. It's absolutely not. Okay. And it feels like this is normal for this person. This is how this person likes to behave and how this person likes to deal with individuals, because what happens is, if they get too close, then they're able to push themselves back, not communicate for a while. Okay, I miss you, or the other people I'm entertaining or talking to, or just whatever is going on in my life, even if they're not talking to anyone else, just whatever's going on in my life, let me swoop back in there and let's have conversation. So they're absolutely not going to put a stop to it. So there's this feeling for this Virgo placement, or if you're dealing with someone who has Virgo placement, there's this feeling of you putting a stop to it and you saying, you know what, like, I haven't heard from you in weeks, so we're just going to go ahead and assume that you want to move forward. I'm going to move forward too. So I see that's where the coffin card is coming in at, with endings and new beginnings and growth. It just feels like if it's not working, we're going to try something different. And that's like the mindset. Me and my ego, I really feel like this new person that comes in, you might have to check your ego at the door, because it just feels like after a while, your ego is going to get massively big, because this person is more so just giving you with this playfulness and getting to know each other. And it goes back to the codependency. It's just this feeling of, this person really likes me. They are whining and dining me. They are doing this. They are doing that because I am the shit. Now, granted, listen, you should be your biggest cheerleader. That's what it is. The only problem is with this ego card, it's not rooted in self-love. Like, it's rooted in ego. And if it's rooted in ego, that's where the codependency comes in, because that means that you'll need this person to stroke your ego to feel worthy and to feel whole. But if this attitude of like, I totally deserve every bit of this whining and dining because, I'm worthy of it all, is rooted in self-love, that's completely different. Because even when this person doesn't come in to stroke your ego, or, if you're, just dating and all of a sudden they start to draw their energy back a little bit, you won't be codependent on it, because it wasn't rooted in ego. It was actually rooted in self-love. Like, I deserve the way that this person is treating me, so I'm going to enjoy it for what it's worth, versus, because I'm the baddest bitch and that's you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay. I hope so. See? Listen. And I just said something about it. The universe listens. Okay, again, it's the morning. I have the manipulation card and the disbelief card. Again, it goes back to make sure that if you're getting to know people in the month of April, okay, get to know them, okay? Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Enjoy things for what they are in the moment, okay? Do not get too attached to situations too early or too soon, because that's when you're going to get your feelings hurt, because it's being rooted in codependency. You're depending on this person to brighten up your day. You're depending on this person's good morning beautiful text or good morning handsome text. Make sure that if you're dating multiple people or just getting to know someone for what it is, and they are pulling out all the stops, which most people do when you first start dating, that you're enjoying it because you deserve it and it's what it is, without expectations. Because if you put expectations in there, there's just this feeling of like, well, why did they stop the good morning text? And why? Listen, that's not what we're doing. People are allowed to decide that, like, you know, it's no hard feelings, but this isn't what I want right now, or I just want to put my energy back and focus on the work. People are allowed to do that. You do that with people all the time, you know, like where you're talking to someone and then it's like life gets busy and it's like they're just not a priority anymore. So that's not your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, or your wife, and anything. Like, we were just talking, but work is busy, or I'm a single parent and I just have stuff going on with my kids. I can't text you every day or have long conversations like we did every day. Like, people are allowed to do that. You do that, you know, with other people. People are allowed to do that with you. When you enjoy it for what it is, without the expectations, your feelings don't get hurt. Your feelings don't get wrapped into ego. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, there's this warning with that here for April. Yeah. So here's the thing, with you meeting new people and putting yourself back out there, I do see your in and out person with the wishy-washy energy kind of not feeling as secure and just kind of trying to figure out what's going on with you. I do feel like you guys are going to end up having like an official separation where you guys say, hey, let's take some time apart or whatever. But I feel like it's going to be rooted more in their ego, because they'll be expecting for you to like be all sad and whatever. But it just feels like you're like, no, I agree with it. That's what we need to do. Take some space. And I really feel like this person, it's going to bring up some abandonment issues for this person and really just kind of rock this person a little bit. But if this is you, that it rocks you, literally get back into it. And when I say get back into it, reground yourself, reroute yourself, figure out where the problem is coming from. Your happiness, your inner peace, and your inner balance shouldn't come from another person. So if you are feeling abandoned or codependent or starting to freak out because this person's taking their energy away, you need to kind of figure out, why is that? Because my happiness, my inner peace, and my inner balance shouldn't be rooted in another person. It should not depend on another person, because that's codependent. So you kind of need to figure out, hey, listen, how do I take it back? How do I take my power back? How do I find my balance within myself, my happiness within myself? Ooh. And I'm just going to do 2 more from this deck. Okay, another heads up. Listen, yeah. Okay, so I do see your person, because I remember I told you they have this wishy-washy energy. So they're, you know, they go in and then they come back out and go back in and come back out. You putting your foot down and being okay with this break or this separation, I don't see them taking it well. I do see it awakening their abandonment issues or codependent issues. And I do feel like you're not in the mood. It's like, listen, you weren't worried about that when you weren't calling me for weeks at a time, but now you're concerned that maybe I'm dating or whatever. I really see you like not having the patience for it and being like, yo, I'm over this. But be aware, because it feels like, yeah, they're going to be stalking your page. They're going to be stalking you. It really feels like it's going to cause an awakening with this person. Let me get this other deck. This is my Twin Flame Oracle deck. It just really feels like it shakes this person because they're like, I don't understand where this is coming from. I don't understand why you're acting this way. This is not how we normally do things. I normally don't talk to you for weeks at a time, and then I come back in and you're fine with that, and now it's a problem. Like, it really feels like it completely stirs everything. It completely throws them off their game. They don't know how to act. They're stalking your page. They're stalking your stories. They may do the, you know, oops, I didn't mean to send you that text message, which I think it's sad that as grown adults we still do that, but whatever. Okay, so transformation. This is going to totally bring about a transformation within your person. I feel like for the month of March, you, Virgo placements, have been going through a transformation. Rather, it was emotional, spiritual, or physical, but you have been transforming and evolving little bit by little bit. Your person's been kind of stagnant. And I don't want to say stagnant because that's not necessarily the word, but like transformation has not been what they've been focused on. They've kind of been focused on other stuff. And so it just kind of feels like because you have taken your complete power back, oh, in the month of April, they're doing complete transformation. Masculine, okay? So I want to say it's going to be my masculines that are going to be the ones that are going to be like, what, or the masculine energy, because, you know, when we're talking about masculine and feminine and spirituality, it's more of an energy and not necessarily like a sex. So whoever is the masculine energy in this dynamic, or who it resonates with, they're the ones that are going to be going through the transformation in April, because they're going to be like, what in the holy heck is going on with you? It's going to force them to go within themselves, because they're going to be trying to figure out what the hell's going on with you, and none of it makes sense to them. They don't have any choice but to go within. And so I do, and it's funny because you have the mirroring card here, which I honestly feel like for the collective I'm talking to, you guys mirror each other a lot. But also what I'm picking up is that the mirroring is coming from as you are owning your power, stepping into your power, and learning to live for you because you're so tired of what this person, you know, has been putting you through in the in and out energy. You're learning to just be happy on your own and do what makes you happy. While this person is mirroring you because they are realizing I have codependency issues. I was codependent on the fact that I could come in and out and that they'd always be there. So my happiness and my inner peace and all that was rooted in this person. I need to find happiness on my own. I need to find happiness that's not rooted in this person because they're acting weird and I don't know what to do, and that their pictures seem like they're single but we're not together, and it's just weird. So now I need to figure out how to find my happiness that's not rooted in this person. So do you see how you guys are mirroring but the situation's different? Right? Okay. And then you guys have the compromise card, which I do end up seeing that at some point you guys are going to come together in April with a mutual understanding, but that's because growth has happened, right? And that's because growth has taken place, and now there's not so much of yeah, that's the pause card. That's exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be a whole pause in this dynamic because you guys are going to be mirroring, transforming, and then you guys are going to be coming together with the mutual compromise and mutual understanding. And that's when you guys are going to like have that conversation of like what exactly was going on. But that kind of feels more into May, honestly. Like end of April, May-ish time frame. It's going to be different for everybody. But that's what I have for you guys, my Virgos, for the month of April. So please comment, like, share, because there are other people who may need to hear this message. But comment below. I would love to know if this resonates with you, or if any of this that I brought up you felt like completely like that's my whole situation. So comment below and let me know.